everybody? Oh, let's check levels. Yeah, we're good. Gonna be a little bit of background noise for the next 45 minutes or so, because the guys next door are still doing the concrete. Found basement level, whatever, on the giant ass thing they're building right next to my apartment. Also, it's fuck off degrees Celsius, so I got my fan running. Because, you know, air conditioning, who has that? So yeah, where do we leave off? Oh yeah, we have a maze. So, guess the thing to do would be to explore the maze, huh? Oh look, there's more maze. It's like a hedge maze. Isn't that cool? Some kind of gateway back there, but can't get to it because hedge maze. Oh yeah, there's little gaps in the floor, see? Yeah! Something over there. But can't get to it. Because we're in a maze. Yeah, we're in a maze. Oh, hey, Frank. Yeah, so last week I kind of made the lady angry, and now we're here. We're in a maze. This is amazing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I already beat you to the pun with the stream title. Sorry. Alright, so we can now infer some things about the structure of this maze. The outer ring has these little gate things, archways on them, but they're not all accessible. So what happens if we step through one? Imagine being so paranoid you hide your stuff from your future self. Yeah. Yup. Oh, and by sheer luck, we stepped in the correct one to get here, to this little campsite. See, this is like a little bed. There's some bones. There's a little campfire. Somebody was here for a long time. We have a hammer. We have a feather. We have a mace, and we have a journal. My God, is this finally? Do we finally get to update our journal in game? Bone-framed journal. Sheets of dried human skin have been stretched across a framework of bone, and it appears the sheets of skin have healed together at the seams. Ugh. A series of symbols have been written in blood across the exterior of the sheets of skin, but you can't make them out. I have to admit, the design of the bone frame is actually quite intricate. The bones have been carved so they snap neatly together. It looks like the bones can be unhooked from each other and allow the book to be read. Alright, examine the exterior. Yep, weird writing. Skin. The skin looks to be the same pallor as yours. Its scarred gray surface reminds you of a zombie's hide, and the pages feel more like cured leather than skin. Huh. Okay, same thing. Carved bones. Unlock the frame. Puzzle out the symbols. Symbols don't seem to follow any pattern. Alright, let's put this away. As you rehook the bone frame, you're suddenly struck with a strange thought. That the pages of the interior aren't supposed to make sense. You, whoever you were at the time, put the symbols there to deceive anyone to read the real contents, which are hidden somewhere else in the journal frame. This is our journal. Now, here's the thing. Okay, this is our journal. The pages are made from weathered, desiccated human skin of the same pallor as ours. frame is made of carved bone. Where'd he get the bone from, guys? Where'd he get the bones? On that note, you examine the edge of the frame, you notice one of the bones has a hairline fracture. You put your hand over the edge and twist off the top. From someone else, yeah, clearly from someone else. Bones heal, eventually. Yeah. Hey, I mean, we know the Nameless One regenerates, like we found like 3 copies of his arm. Inside the space is a small, rolled-up scrap of skin. The scrap is covered in writing. It looks almost like someone kept writing over and over again until it's almost illegible. Trapped, trapped, ladies will be done, dodge her gaze. Too many I killed, too many strangle and kill and stop the breath in their throats. There's a way out, I know it. Then I'll give the bladed one the laugh. One of the arches holds the way out. One of them does. One is the way out. Can't just keep going through them one at a time. Maybe I should go through one, then walk back the same portal without. The entry trails off into indecipherable scrawls. So for some reason, you have a feeling this was the last entry. Either the incarnation died in the maze, or escaped somehow.
Updated my journal.
Let's take a look at these. Not identifiable. Chaos Feather. Oh. It is a feather from a rock. Oh, it's like a dagger, except it breaks. Is this still the dungeon? Yes, we are still in the maze. We are still in... Let's see if I can identify... Oh, sound okay, by the way? Because I want to accidentally have no sound again. Okay, Devil's Due. A black metal handle have grown to the narrow skull that is affixed atop. Okay. The metal is not metal at all, but the remnants of a creature's forearm that punched through the base of the skull. Cool. Cool. And this... thought to be forged by the flames of the elemental plane of fire. Wow. Praise Zorg. It's a fire hammer. That's cool. Too bad we're not a fighter. I mean, I guess we could switch back if you guys really want. I'm not gonna say no. Alright, so... this is fine, yep. There doesn't seem to be much happy, fun, good stuff in this game, is there? I mean, Whacker, it's called Planescape Torment, not Planescape Happy Fun Times. I don't know what to tell you. It's not called Planescape Rainbows and Unicorns, okay? Someone could have misnamed it. Okay, let's see if we can get back to... That was the cancelled sequel. Let's see if we can get back to that first portal. Can we even? Okay, so yeah. So okay, so...
This is it.
So we go through a portal. We end up in a different portal. We go back through. Same portal. Okay, yeah, so these just kick you to the opposite portal. That's all there is to it. It's the maze near the Corn Palace. I don't have a witty response to that. And I'm going to resist the urge to do the easy thing and say side corn. Okay. The elemental plane of corn. Okay, back up here. Now, do we have a path down to the center? I imagine this was a lot more difficult when the screen was like this. You know, like back in the olden days. Back in the olden days of CRT monitors and stuff. I just click there. Will he just path? Yeah, he will. Will just path all the way through the maze. puts the plane on its side. Okay, so here we have a portal. Let's see. Oh, okay. And there we are. Okay, we're back to normal. We're fine. Don't worry about it. All right. What the hell are we doing again? Bunch of stuff we were doing. All right, so now that we've angered the Lady of Pain and escaped, let's... Somebody wanted... That's right, there was that lady in the sensorium who wanted to kill us to see what it was like to kill an immortal. Let's go make some easy fucking money. Easiest money we've ever made. Oh, thank you. I will not forget to update my journal. There she is. You're Jolnius.
Updated my journal.
I would make you a somewhat unusual proposal, you must admit. You are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Well, why? But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience. Paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your resistance, how could I resist? Okay. Where did you hear these rumors? One hears all sorts of things in the fest hall. How could you not hear a man like you? Okay, let's work out the details. After a short discussion, Jolmy will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, she will allow you to drive her dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. Do you agree to this, then? I mean, sounds like easy money. Let's do it. The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Well, that's done. Yeah, we just died, and we're fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. So there's some stuff we can do here. We can talk to some people about things. Concern. Okay, let's not fuck with Jungle Murder Sense. I'm gonna let you guys know that's a bad idea. There's a throne, unused. How odd. A life-sized granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arm at his sides. He's an excellent craftsmanship. So much so, in fact, you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Greetings. The statue makes no response. Chief, you've seen statues before, right? No, they don't talk or anything? Consider this, Mort. You're a floating talking skull who's denying the possibility of a living statue. Got me there, boss. Alright, let's touch him. You touch the statue and find that while clothes that adorn it are of gray cloth, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. Why would someone clothe the statue? Maybe it's a little too anatomically correct, Chief? Sure, boss, I knew that. Alright. Leave the statue alone. Yeah, Ignis's eyes flash. They do that. They flash when he's angry. He's always angry. Should we listen to... There's a couple of lectures we could listen to. There's actually a bunch of stuff to do here. Gissus the Crooked. Oh, he's giving us a seminar on the Blood War. I'm not going to do the weird accent. Blood War? More boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's listen. What does the house wear? A dress. Womp womp. war from the human point of view. Floating fortresses weaved in human skin. Somebody once gave me a book on anger management. I lost it. Boo. Fiends locking fangs with the fiends. Grr, snar. Okay. Blood War is big. Stay the hell away from it. Only thing you need to know, fiends are killing fiends, Batezu slaughtering Tanari, Tanari butchering Batezu. Neither side is winning. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity. That's it. Alright, let's ask a question. What started the Blood War? Simple. They met. Okay. Why are two evil races fighting? One believes evil should be nice and orderly. I believe evil should be chaos rampant across the plains. Both evil. Doesn't mean they agree on anything. Okay. How does one survive the Blood War? 3 things, Cutter. First off, you stay the pike out of it. Secondly, you keep yourself the pike and owls out of it. And lastly, you stay the bloody pike and sod pike out of it. If any part of the war rolls your way, let your imagination give your bum a kick in the arse. No. Let your imagination give your bum a kick. Run as far and fast as you can. If you can't run, then lie really slow, really still, and pray it passes you by. If there's nowhere to run, why aren't the fiends fighting in Sigil? Now they have fought here. Sometimes we get a spillover for the Blood War. Our Lady of Plain puts out the fires. Some of the time. Sigil is a safe zone. It's neutral ground. Why don't the fiends just take Sigil? Because the fiends aren't going to get it while the lady's in charge. The fiends are allowed in Sigil? No, sir. They just can't brawl in the streets. And they recruit. Looking for boys fresh off the plains with a little greed in their hearts they can make a part of their glorious army. And mayhap they recruited you once, Cutter? You look like you've tasted the war. Perhaps. War leaves a scar on you, Cutter. You'd know. And you'd know you'd never want to go back. Oh. Memory. Recall the memory! The lecture hall begins to fade from view as terrible visions begin to seep up from the base of your mind. Visions of a place where seasons are like nothing you ever felt or heard or tried to shut out. A place where prayers go unheard, falling like stones to the earth. Vein-colored lightning flashes across things that were once sky but now boil beneath your feet and scream when you brush against them. You run at the head of a large band of men passing through dark canyons where walls quiver moistly and beat like a heart, wearing only your own blood as clothing. At last you stand in a place where the ashen gray terrain slithers like a mass of snakes, coiling around your ankles, whispering your evil to the earth. You march endlessly, silently through this colorless land where fatigue seems to live and hunt you like a shade over the wastes, whipping you in despair. In time, you and the ragged men who follow you come upon a hag sitting upon a mound of gigantic, writhing larvae, poking at one of the slime-covered things with a broken talon. You indicate for one of the men to run forward and speak with her. The hag's grating voice carries to your ears. "I would speak with him," she said, then cackled. Her eyes gleam as she points you out to the man. "The handsome one that leads your ragged column. I would speak with him. And that is all you can recall. Oh. Oh. Okay, no more questions. No more questions. No more questions. Goodbye. What do you call a woman who's really good at catching fish? Annette. But is there no fun lecture we can listen to? 3 planes aligned. Awful Eagle. Agith Zerai. Just shut up, Mort. Power of alignment and belief in how they shape the planes. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs. Yeah, he's explaining how alignment works. The 9 alignments. Power of alignment and how belief can physically affect one's environment. A deity must have worshippers, for it is faith that gives them power. Incidentally, this is why they created the Wall of the Faithless, to basically force everybody in the multiverse to worship somebody, otherwise you get put on the Wall of the Faithless. And Kellenvor is okay with that, because he's a bastard. Cosmology is fucked. When no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float in the astral plane. It is possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. A much more striking example can be seen in the sliding of gate towns. Gate towns are towns on the Outlands, the neutral area which Sigil spins over the center of. They're called gate towns because they're built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Each outer plane has its own alignment. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move or slide to a plane that matches the new belief. The gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the Outlands into the outer plane. Caleb the Dove did nothing wrong. Betrayer's Crusade, best day of my life. Preach, brother, preach. Burn the Wall of the Faithless. Eat the gods. Be free. Akachi did nothing wrong. At the end, what have you done, Spirit Eater? Fuck you, that's what I've done. Small brain, slay the Spirit Eater and be free. Large brain, give in to the Spirit Eater. Cosmic brain, use the power of the Spirit Eater to devour the Spirit Eater. All layers of planes made this way. Oh, you never beat this game, Squid. Well, stick around. We got a little ways to go yet, but going all the way through. I'm gonna try and find the bits that I happen to know that a lot of people miss. For instance, this conversation here. Yeah, you know, this, I'll show you a structural pillar right here, and eggplant. Talking about death. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Oh, he's talking about petitioners. When you die, you not cease to exist. The outer planes will welcome you. Looks like we know where we're both gonna end up when we die. Yep. Perhaps you little and bloodthirsty evil. It's the lower planes that... Yeah, Blood War. Ignore Mort. God damn it, Mort, stop heckling. No matter where you go, you'll embark on a new life. That's supposed to be an incentive? We gotta do it all over again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Spoken like someone who hasn't died before, huh? God, Mort's so good. Goal is to merge with the new plane you're on, becoming one with the ideals and substance of the plane itself. Hold to your ideals. Good or evil, law or chaos. If you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. That is what awaits you after death. No, it is not oblivion. What wash? A question for one of the living, perhaps. Go ahead, Chief. Tell him the dark of it. Should we mess with the guy? Yeah, let's mess with the guy. Can a petitioner die? Yes. How? Well, through any of the normal means, really. Great, another death. Sign me up. There's laughter from the audience. What happens when they die? Well, you merge with the plane. What if the petitioner dies in a plane other than their home plane? He looks a little uncomfortable. Well, that's the end of life. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. To do so would be oblivion. Why do petitioners lose their memories? What? I said, why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? Well, you know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? The audience murmurs. Yeah, but why do they lose their memories? I imagine it's because you must start afresh. Your petition is so pure when you arrive. Yeah, and why should you have to do that when all your life experience will determine what plane you end up on? He looks very uncomfortable. I don't know. That's no answer. Do you have a better answer? Perhaps one you can share? I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on the astral plane as memory cores. Oh, he's right. Perhaps he is. Well, the question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living life again? Hold on. Let's put this up for a vote. Let me put this up for a vote. Start poll. I set it for 10 minutes, but it's actually going to go over. I'll stop it after 1 minute. I do like how all three are technically true. Yeah. Yeah. It's the little touches like that that make this game cool. Excuse me for a minute, guys. Okay, back. Sorry, I've been chugging water all day because it's hot as balls, so I had to go refill. Frank says, the second life without continuity arguably is a whole new person. Indeed. That's kind of what this game is about, isn't it? Okay, poll is currently sitting at yes. Alright, so we're going to go with yes. Yes, it is. Oh, that's simple enough. Don't die, friend. Ha ha ha. Alright. What determines which plane you go to when you die? Your alignment, of course. Where do neutral people go? An excellent question. The answer is this. A spirit that has lived a life of complete neutrality with no leanings toward good or evil becomes a petitioner on the Outlands. They are destined for no place except the land that lies right outside our sky and in which the spire is a part. The Dustmen say this life is where we end up when we die. There are countless petitioners, friend, Dustmen among them, who would disagree with Dustman philosophy. Explain alignment. Okay, he's explaining alignment. Okay, should we go for the kill? Prove what you say is true. Huh? How would I do that? Die. Here. Now. The audience becomes silent. Well, if you go first, I shall do so. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is the wrong person to say that to. Agreed. Very well. Come to the stage, my friend. A rare treat, Sigillians. Today, we shall have a live demonstration of how to become a petitioner. Kill yourself, then get back up. Your turn. Well, now, Alright, let's be nice, let's bluff. Kill yourself or I'll do it. Now, I must confess I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. So, this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not. Certainly not now. Yeah, that's what I thought, buddy. That's what I thought. If there are no more questions, then I shall end this session. Very good. The Civic Fest Hall. Oh yeah, this is the end. Let's do some resting. Hello, room clerk. Could I rest here? This Fest Hall rents out any unused chambers by the evening. You can certainly rest, should there be one available. Shall I check? Okay, that's, no, hold on, that's not what I want to do. How would I get one of these rooms? Had to be a member of the society. Okay. Oh, we'd have to... Alright, let's go talk to Mr. Splinter, what a wonderful name. And... let's join the Sensates, because they have some cool stuff. They've got, like, private rooms, they've got sensory stones. There's 3 that are... you can farm some XP by doing all of the sensory stones. There's, like, 20 of them. But, there's 3 in particular that we're gonna do. Alright, how... So anyone might know about Ravel Puzzlewell. Speak with a wizard named Quell about Ravel. Okay. How do I get to the private sensorium? You must be a member of the Society of Sensation. Might I become a sensate? To join, one must be willing and prepared to share their own experiences. 5 are required, 1 from each sense. Alternatively, one may contribute a single experience that has strong elements from all 5 senses. Should we find them acceptable, they be placed in sensory stones, and you will be taught the sensory touch. I'm ready. Alright, what smell would you offer? Actually, I'd like to contribute an experience that involves all 5 senses. I woke up not knowing where I was on a cold, blood-slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen and the corpses in their care have seen. Go on. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies on countless bloody slabs, on the process of being gutted and flayed by nightmarish clockwork devices. A disturbing experience. And I left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will that suffice? Yes. We shall go to an empty stone to record your experience.
Gained an ability.
Nice. Bunch of XP, and we're now a member of the Society of Sensation. Farewell. Alright, let's go see if we can get one of those private rooms, because those are cool. Oh yeah, if you look at the character sheet now, see? Now we're a member of a faction. Know the universe by experiencing it fully. The senses form the path of truth, for the multiverse doesn't exist beyond what can be sensed.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to say a few words to me, Fiendling. Or hug me. or kiss me.
Eh. Jesus, Mort. Alright, greetings, sir. Ah, here's your room key. The easternmost chamber has been waiting quite some time for your return. What do you mean, waiting for my return? My ledger indicates this is your key, sir, and has been for a good long time. We've been here before. Does Mort sleep? I mean, he rests. I don't know if he sleeps. He's not exactly undead. Alright. This private room. That's cool. There's some money. A small enclosed patio. There's no lock, latch, or other obvious way to open this sealed storage chest. What have we here? The Mort's situation is complicated. Bunch of charms, and we'll just move some things around. Because we have a dodecahedron. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth. Whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain, almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Thanks, what the hell is that? Examine the dodecahedron. You realize each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible combinations, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all combinations, but you might just get lucky and stumble onto a solution in minutes. Let's fiddle with it. As you methodically twist the cold gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms in the base of your skull. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also become aware there's a certain danger within the object. In moments you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at a meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain you've made progress in the unraveling of the object's secrets. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side, you remember the 2nd trap, jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal, corrosive vapors. You circumvent that trap with the correct number of twists. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon, you recall sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the trap, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. Hey, Diggs, we're updating our journal. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. It looks to be a code or language you feel should be familiar, but it's not. You finally realize the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. Alright, well, we can't read it yet, so let's put it away.
Updated my journal.
Updated our journal, that we've found a journal. Meta. Ooh, a bunch of scrolls. Nothing really good. Pacify, what's that? Yeah. I'll tell you what I am interested in, though. Fire Dice. Level 5. Alright, well, maybe we can find somebody who can teach languages. Okay, Whacker, there have only been 3 journal updates, but we have found 2 journals. Surely that counts for something. Two entire journals, my friend. Let's go check out the private sensorium. Is there a linguist or scholar who could help me with the language in this dodecahedron? I only know of one such man who might help you, Finnum. Where might I find him? He's currently not lecturing here, so your best chance will be to find him at his home. Walk south the entrance in the apothecary gallery. You should see on your right a 5-sided home west of the curiosity shop. Cool, okay. Let's... Actually, how can you help me? Show me to the sensoriums. Show me to the private sensorium. Alright, let's do this one. So these 3 are all in... Oh, there's Kel. Hello, Mr. Quell. Not so much looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic. Some bunch-nut candies. Excuse me. The man smirks, bites his thumb, and abruptly pauses. Spits up a large black fly, which begins to buzz around the chamber. Minosaurian candies be damned. What? What do you know of Rattle Puzzlewell? You always traipse about molesting puissant mages with your ignorant prattle, blathering, chittering, chattering. The candy shoots from his mouth, unshattering, flying in a high arc to land on the floor with a wet blip. My question? Oh. Zin will shadows of doubt when? Possibly this weekend, Diggs. Possibly this weekend. Are you uncomfortable again, Whacker? Why? What's going on? It was tasty, too. Sorry. As you should be, you piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and bashers like you should know their proper place. Look, I only want to ask you a question. I care not, you yeasty, beef-footed pignut. Off with you! Off with you! Do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come bearing a tribute. Oh, yeah! Remember we bought that chocolate quasit? Hey, look, I've got this chocolate quasit. Show him the chocolate quasit. Oh, very kind of you, very gentlemanly. Oh, quite rare these are, and most delectable. Alright, so, questions. Ravel Puzzlewell. At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, wincing in pain. I feel like he's using the Shakespeare insult. Yes, he is. This guy is good at insults. He's really good at insults. To tell such tales are best left dusty in books in the attics of old men's minds. Evil, such a name, and such dark tales swarm about it like flies on a corpse. Tell me. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil all evil and cackled she was, alive with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Barmy, old hag, only succeeded in getting herself mazed. She's likely dead by now. Shadow magic, yes. Ravel dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics of illusion and shadow substance, shadows, residues of dead things. How might I find her? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Doubtful. She was mazed many centuries ago, gone, penned in the dead book. Even if she were somehow still clutching to life with her black and bloody talons, what could she possibly know about you if she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you? Well, I guess I'll have to hope she's alive and will help me. My leisure's 16 in her swollen tummy, what a flickering candle of hope, hurled into the howling winds of pandemonium, that is. Flicker, flicker, whoosh. Don't be any more the fool than you need to be. Okay, listen, I must insist. So, she's dead, and she most likely is. Then what is your plan? You have everything all figured out? Quail is just blowing words out of his pits? Nonsense, nothing? What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, huh? What do you think I should do? The first brilliant question you've asked. Me? I think you should give up this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags and lope back to whatever crypt you crawled out of. Makes far more sense than fishing for the lady's anger. Okay, how do I get to her maze? Lunatic, madman, addlecove. Have you not listened to a word I've said? She's imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead, thrice dead, and if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. Okay, listen, dude. How many times do I have to ask you? Can you tell me or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. You're serious? Why so serious? So Bator bent so mulestem. Well, born clueless, die clueless.
Updated my journal.
All mazes have portals, this much I know to be true. A way in, a way out, that is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I am told its key is a piece of Ravel. But if Ravel is mazed, how am I supposed to... Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel's taint, perhaps. Mayhap. That's all I know. Oh, bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the brothel of slating intellectual lust. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone or know something that'll help.
Updated my journal.
Okay, there we go. We have a lead. Does that mean you have to unravel it? Yeah, it does. The base of this aquatic blue stone has been sculpted so it appears to have melted into the pedestal. The inscription beneath says, longing. As you place your hands above the stone, its surface ripples. Chill washes over you like plunging your hand into a mountain stream. Submerged to the experience. As you close your eyes, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears, and you are overcome with a terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there is a stirring in your breast, a hunger, poisonous like a serpent, biting into your heart until you feel as if your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself, focus, but all that comes is tears. You raise your hand to wipe your tears. Your hands are soft, delicate woman's hands. They brush the stray tears from your cheek, and you cup them in your hands, each of the tears like jewels shimmering in the light. Lights cast by the candle globes that drift through your sanctuary. You've come to this place to gather your thoughts. Cleanse the mind before the coming journey, yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present. What did he mean? You close your eyes, but his words echo in your mind 100, 1,000 times. Will he ever return? The sound is a whisper. Only you, only you. Yet you hesitated at the brink of time's door, and he must have thought you were afraid to go. But you were not. You were afraid to stay. The serpent writhes again, its fangs biting into your heart. Echo. Only you. Only you. Your eyes snap open. It is his voice. You whirl and you gasp. He stands powerful in the shadows, and he strides into the light, into the drifting candled globes, and you feel the serpent writhing and dying. He's returned. His face stern, but somewhere in those features you can see his pleasure at seeing you. Only you can help me, Dianara, but it was wrong for me to ask you for such help. You speak, Dianara, yet it is you, gray-skinned like a statue striding from the light. Are you that scarred? Your body looks like it's been bathed in knife blades. The wounds, the tattoos, horrible, yet you see through Dianara's eyes as she sees. How can she see you in such a way? She puts a cloak over your features. She sees you in such light, such terrible, longing light, how can she feel such? Guys, I don't think this is how a Century Stone's supposed to work. You feel your vision tearing, doubling until you are that man striding from the light. It is you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It's Dianara's experience, but at the same time, it's also yours. I ask too much of you to accompany me, Dianara. I have no right to place you in such danger for my sake. It is your words, but they are a surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill without a trace of emotion. With every word you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing that the stricken girl will see through her longing-stained eyes, and who... Are you that person? That man twisting her with your words, not knowing how powerful they are to her, like bolts from a ballista, piercing her breast, yet she sees only relief at your return. How How can she feel and not know what you mean to... I've come to ask for your forgiveness, Dianara. I shall return to you as soon as I'm able. Your vision tears again, doubling and bleeding until you're facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak, to warn Dianara. This is not a man, but a creature that kills for his own needs. He doesn't care about you, Dianara. You're a tool to him. A tool he needs, but Dianara speaks and you can't stop her. I would place myself in 1,000 dangers, embrace eternity for you, my love. I am not afraid. Listen to me. I will accompany you, though the planes themselves should bar. You feel yourself shattering, relief and satisfaction, his satisfaction at her words, knowing she would say them, always knowing in her admission of love is like the slamming of a portcullis across your heart. Trapped. She is yours, but you must be certain, so you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous. You'll have to be strong. Far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief, the wave of relief, the end of longing, yet longing for him more at his words, not noticing his manipulations. All you need to be is strong, and his path shall be as one with yours. Your thoughts are like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows. You know no fear, you would die for him. I can be strong, my love, I will. Her words slide off him like water. The serpent in her breast, the one piercing her heart with its poison, has been replaced with this serpent in the flesh. She sees nothing of this, and his next words are planned, carefully. I can't say if we'll succeed, Dianara, but I'll do my best to protect you. And I will expect nothing less of the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices. At that final terrible word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm. He means you harm, for you are her, and he means to hurt her, yet you need her to be harmed, and you want to scream at her, and she is in danger. Run, Dianara, for his eyes unmake all things, and of course, my love. Life is sacrifice, this I have learned. You, she, her, you speak the words, and in it you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator, and you have watched a woman die, for the words are a death sentence. Yet, still she speaks. I left a legacy in my father's keeping. Ask for the 6th, the 3rd, the K, and the S. In it I bequeath everything to you. It's not much.
Updated my journal.
You, him, a wave of irritation washes over you. You clench your teeth to prevent the irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to prattle, even when you do not prompt her? Must she? But no, keep the irritation inside. Only a trace slips out. Come now. I cannot die, Dianara. There's no need for such foolishness. She's overwhelmed with fear that revolts you, and the fear wells up inside her. You as you watch him frown, and you hasten to correct him. He must know the reasons and know the wisdom behind them, so he's impressed with your planning. Speak before he turns away. I know I often act foolishly, my love, but you said yourself, you can forget things if you're badly hurt. There are things in the legacy that could help you remember should you forget yourself.
Updated my journal.
You coldly regard her through your eyes, tracing your gaze along her furrowed brow, wrinkled in worry, desperation. She's acted as you expected, yet there is something in what he says. Perhaps. Yet I hope nothing in this legacy is of value. I do not want you to leave any things here in some safe that could be of use on our journey. Her illusion is shattered just for a moment. You watch, silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintered like silvered glass. Of some use. Such a casual statement. Yet Dianara sees, and you hope for a moment. You hope she sees him for what he is, the serpent, and your hope dies, as in Dianara's eyes the emotion is rebuilt, the sliver is drawn from the ground, the illusion rebuilt, but the slight sliver of pain remains. He thinks you've done something foolish, yet you did it for him. You must make amends, but how? You must convince him the legacy is unimportant, but it isn't, it's everything. The legacy, my love, it just has a few things to help you remember. The scythe of words falls on Dianara, so quick, so sharp, you cannot follow its arcing path. A legacy. The things you do, Dianara, such romantic gestures. No matter. No. You've driven him away like you did the night before. You feel the serpent stirring again, reborn, curling around your heart. There is the softest of hisses, yet he does not hear. Would you wish to leave a legacy, my love? For yourself, or for anyone you would want to? It might help you remember if you left something for yourself, or for the ones you loved. The word scythe falls again, terrible and swift, yet this time the illusion holds, and the serpent is cloaked. The serpent is cunning, and it shall not reveal itself until it strikes. The legacy from myself, not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in some advocate's office, Dionara. But enough of this. I must leave. He's leaving. You must make him remain. The experience swirls around you, terrible, the spiraling toward the final scene. The question you wants to ask, don't ask it, Dionara, don't ask it. Be silent, before you go. His anger, his irritation. What now, girl? What now, you mewling banshee? Before I go? Looks as if I am no danger of that. Come, Dionara, get these questions, wait for the morn. There's much. She's desperate, drowning. Say it, speak it. Do you want me to come with you? The rush of emotion dies in your mind. This is the end. The words you are about to speak are true, but the truth is not what the truth she sees. There are no lies, only cold calculations. Of course he wants you to come with him, Dionara. You understand it clearly, too clearly. He has invested too much in the poor girl to let her go. Of course, Dionara. I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. There is a cold silence in his mind, and a hissing of a thought, a response sharp and deadly, like a dagger blade. The lie comes swiftly, unburdened by emotion. I love you, Dionara. And you want to scream as you feel the lie wash over her, like radiance, but it is shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss, and he means you harm, and she can't see. You want to call out, but she's crying with joy. The emotion washes over you, like you're drowning. You need to speak, you long to speak. You tear yourself away, you scream. As you tear your hands from the stone, bloody tears rushing from your eyes, running in streams down your arms. Yeah, are you alright? What did you see in that fiend stone? Longing. I'm longing to break that stone, I am. As much as you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast because you know it's important to remember. It was you in that experience. It was Dionara's experience, but because it was you, your memories flooded you and you could feel both sides at once. Who were you? Who was that shade of you? Yeah, I don't think that's how sensory stones are supposed to work, guys. That was fun. The hell of a trip, yeah. Alright. Let's do another one. We are joined by a kit. The messenger. As you touch the stone, close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arms become numb. Tired, you try and blink, yet the darkness remains. You're sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor, and the smell around you, coppery blood and herbs? Why are you here? Awake now, are you? A questioning all a-done? The voice is an old woman's, thick and scratchy, as if trying to force its way past a thick layer of dust. Try as you might, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman, but you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong. Terribly wrong. You try to respond, all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue, and your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? Now a see me you did, a spoke you did, and poorly, so the price you have paid, The crone sounds amused, and her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions. Now you will listen, and you will remember my words, for in minding me you shall live. Nod if you hear me, or another bite I shall take. Nod. Twist, we'll just mod the game to add all this text so he can read it to us. Shut up. Remember me, traveler. Remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers of your festive hall. Use it like a cup, pour what you feel into it, and know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me, or if I am not to be found, tell him to come to the Glimmerstone, and we shall speak, my precious man and I. Nod if you hear me, ragged thing. Ah, pretty. Polite to a listen so long. When he comes to the Glimmerstone, tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain. What happened? Who is this person? Ravel? Ravel, it's
Updated my journal.
There's silence. Ravel? Ah, my precious man. You feel a prick in your left eye. Suddenly, barely, you can see. Gray, hot, dirty floor, blood seeped into the surroundings of gray dust. Your arms are gone, your legs are half out of the knees. There's someone above you. As you look up through your bloody, blurred vision, you see a horrid, bluish-gray face grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased. A wondering I was if this messenger would make it, for weak he was when his bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon, and impaled on the tip is an eyeball. Yet to the festive hall he returned, it seems, and our time together is shared. Now you have come. Success. I have so many questions. No, only time for answers does Ravel have, and she has no time to waste with your guess questions. Know this, and in knowing grow strong. You must find me, my precious man.
Updated my journal.
I am beyond knowing in a lady's place. Now shh, and listen to Ravel, for there is much you must do. To find me, 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, and unlock the key. Ravel, how am I talking to you if this is someone else's experience? Of stones and experiences, I'm telling what Ravel do, but not the telling of how she speaks to you now. Many are the branchings and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you, and I need you knowing of this. Okay, door. Tell me the door. Door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed on it, but in the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find the door that takes one to me. Okay, I know the key is a piece of you, but the key is of me, is it not? Not? Heh. No picture, is it? No tale, no stone, but the key is something of me, a labor of my own flesh and blood. Seek it, lives it does. And knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks. Knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tasks that must be joined, for at times a thing knows not in nature. But you are no stranger to that. Okay. That's all the questions. Return. I will give what help I can. But in the end, only one question remains. Only one question, this I ask. What can change the nature of a man? At the question, you feel a tremor pass through like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Okay. Once again, pretty sure that's not how sensory stones are supposed to work. Let's do another one. Week-long hunting trip across the forests of Arborea. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Nothing could go wrong here. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods. The trees around you are the largest you've seen. Suddenly, there's an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. Your surroundings melt into a colorless smear, then slowly resolve into the interior of a large gray sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. I knew you'd come. Hi. Oh, greetings, so good to see you. I bid your murderous tongue be silent. That's right, murderous. Pretend innocence is laughable. Who are you? Oh, you don't know? Didn't tell all those filthy, lying, thrice-damned journals tells you who I am? Those journals that were so conveniently left for me when I awoke? Those journals called me an incarnation? Ha! Burn them all. All that I found. What did they say? They spoke lies, and nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself, other incarnations of preserving their experiences in writing so later lives can benefit. Thieves, it's my life, mine. You all want to steal my body and you won't have it. Okay, I shouldn't ask you about early incarnations because that's going to make it more angry, I think. So, where am I? Oh, this? Just a little trap is all. I realize that killing you body thieves might not be enough. I might have to trap you, ensnare you for eternity. You may have realized by now there's no way out of the sensory stone. Your mind is locked here. You'll note the rather sparse surroundings I left for you, all to help the madness set in good and quick while your flesh rots away. Alright, questions then. Your earlier incarnation crosses his arms and looks away. Save for a few more tufts of hair on his head, he's identical. Did you put those tattoos on? No. That one incarnation, the practical one, did. I tried to burn them off, but the skin regenerates with the tattoos still on them. I've tried to tear them off, stain them with acid. I hate them. Why? It's maddening to feel eyes upon you reading your body like a book. How did you make this? Can't tell you that. It'll never be replicated. The magic used in its creation were lost even to me. Clever it is, though. One experience hidden beneath the other, so no flesh but my own would set it off. Did you create the dodecahedron? Don't know what you're blabbing about. Alright, it was me. Brilliant, wasn't it? I hope you played with it a bit. There's a finger or an eye, I hope. Okay, if your flesh sets it off, wouldn't that mean that I'm you? You've trapped yourself. I have trapped myself, don't you see? But that's not... You're one of... I thought I put in safeguards. How could I be so foolish? Brings his hands together. How to get out? How? I've forgotten. Wait. I'm the only one who can release you, and that I will not do. If you are I, then you can release yourself. Okay. Will the trap open? And it works. Alright, let's not touch that ever again. Okay. Let's, spells. Let's see if Splinter can sell us some spells. Sell me things from the vaults. Power Word Blind. That's expensive. Okay, maybe we can't buy any spells. Shame. Oh, wait. There's one more thing to do. One more thing I forgot about. Sorry. So we can find the guy. Just a fun little side quest to get some XP. Merriman. Here he is. What's up? Merriman my name be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. Alright, fine. You sure? No, okay, he doesn't want to do this yet. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay, I know now. Okay. I remember now. I remember the sequence now. Alright, so we got a couple of leads. So you guys remember Dianara from way back in the mortuary, the ghost? That was her. So she left a will. That's one lead. We have the brothel. That's another lead. And we have the linguist's home. Finding the linguist, which is another lead. And also, let's take a detour. And let's go visit the museum. Museums are cool, right? Hello, Ivana. Welcome to the Galleria. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face, okay? Yeah, lots of scars. What is this place? It's like my Galleria of the Plains. Galleria. Alright. There's some cool cool stuff here. A painting showing an infinitely long stream of bilious green gas stretching into the darkness. The placard reads, Tom Bombadil. No, I'm kidding. Greens and purples. The painted image is changing. The placard states, moment glance from the walls of Mock Kaima. You place your hand on the painting. As you suspected, it's not the canvas moving, but the painted image. Big ol' horn. A massive horn of beaten lead wound with chains. Cleansing horn of Acheron. Let's blow the horn. Try as you might, you can get no sound to issue from the massive horn. Your lips come away from the mouthpiece tasting of blood, smoke, and metal. Ugh. Tall, black cliffs against a blood-red sky. Outland raiders. Brilliant ruby statuettes. Either demonic or angelic, but difficult to tell. Surface of this painting, collage of vivid colors. Cannot feel the ripples themselves. This statue looks like it's about to make some angry proclamation. The sculptor has captured the essence of fury magnificently. The chiseled tension lines around the neck and forehead alone must have taken long months to get correct. Read the plaque. This statue is believed to be the final fate of the Assyrian sorcerer Gangrogaidon. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh to stone. Gangrogaidon is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still upon his lips, a curse so terrible it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. The statue looks as though it's about to make some angry proclamation. Shall we apply the Gorgon salve to the statue? See if it really is a guy turned to stone? Yeah, let's do it. You smear the foul-smelling ointment over the statue. There's a strange shimmering, and you watch as the statue takes an intake of breath, and the eyes of Gangrahydron fill with a blazing, vengeful madness. Hi. Before you can do a thing, a blazing torrent of words flies from the sorcerer's lips. As he speaks, you feel an agonizing sensation, like a sudden wave of raging heat pour over you. Blinding strikes as your eyes burst, running from their sockets like shattered eggs. You hear someone screaming and realize it is you. The last thing you hear is Mort shouting,
New taunts, alright!
Die horribly.
So again it has come to pass.
I'm really sick of you dying on us. Cut it out, will ya?
So yeah, Mort's taunt ability got stronger. Because he learned new taunts. What are the odds I could play as the Tormented one in Strahd? I'll bet the Nameless one has been to Barovia. He's been everywhere else. The statue is gone, presumably having walked off. This is a portrait of a grotesque, hooked-nosed old crone. The hag's flesh is a sickly blue-gray color. Her chin, long and sharp. Two yellowed canines, like small tusks. The smile upon her withered, purplish lips speaks of a horrible secret. A placard reads, Grey Hag of Oinos. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A tingling sensation in the back of your mind. A memory. You recall standing confused in a maze of briars. The hideous crone from the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. My poor, dear, lovely man-thing, she croons. Why, that was your first wish. She points a single bony clawed finger at your forehead, and you remember nothing more. Subterranean landscape. A dark cityscape. Glowy. Hundreds of chips of translucent green glass. Arcadian stained glass window. Reach out and touch the glass shards, but you find you cannot do so. Your hand stops just short of the surface. Enormous granite keep. Gargoyles, cloud of crimson vapor. The library. A shore scene. Wide reddish-orange sun. The scene. Staring at it makes your eyes ache. Nothing unusual about it. A set of 4 paintings which portray an empty beach in the dead of night. Sniff the painting. It smells strongly of sea air. Touch the painting. Texture of painted canvas. Several shards of black crystal or ice swirl within the freezing wind that is this ornate pedestal. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one can be perilous. Placard reads, Dark Birds of Ocanthus. Touch one. As you reach out to touch one of the shards, your finger enters the icy wind. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around your finger, causing you to momentarily draw back. Let's grab one. As you reach out to grab one of the shards, your fingers place in and grab one. You thrust your hand into the frigid, numbing wind. Your entire hand freezes solid as you wrap around one of the dark birds. As another of the shards spins into your fist, your hand breaks off at the wrist with a sharp crack and goes clattering across the floor. Stick it back on. You pick up the frost-covered fist and thrust it onto your bleeding stump, noticing the dark bird has already melted to nothing. Leave. Hope no one saw that. Alright. I do have a question about one of the pieces. Tell me about the birds.
Updated my journal.
All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Ocanthus. It is said the sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx' memory-destroying waters still lie frozen within the ice. If the waters of Styx destroy one's memories, would the ice from Ocanthus do the same? I can only assume so. Cool. Huh. Good to know if we ever need to not remember something. Alright, so 3 leads. Let's set up a poll. Set the duration properly this time. Alright, so those are 3 leads. DNR's will, the brothel, and the linguist. What to do next? Consider as I sip my water. Are you some type of god that can be incarnated with some kind of curse? Not entirely clear. The nameless one can't die. If he dies, he wakes up alive. And it seems as though he's not the first, that there were other incarnations before that who also couldn't die. So yeah. Not entirely clear yet. What was his name? Lothar mentioned something about he's had his mortality removed from him. So that's why he can't die. And it was removed by the night hag Rattle Puzzlewell. More than that, I'm not sure yet. Alright, DNR's will. I think it's actually this building here, luckily enough.
you fancy my kitty?
Yeah, it's him. Hello, Mr. Advocate. Soft blue robes, somewhere in between middle age and early 60s. As you enter, the man turns slowly. You are suddenly struck with a sense that you know this man. Hello. Is there something I can help you with?
Updated my journal.
I am Ianis. Are you looking for me? I don't know. I'm an advocate. These are my offices. You seek counsel? What's an advocate?
Updated my journal.
I am not a plague on mankind. What are you talking about? He's saying a lawyer, counselor, one of those Burks who rattle their bone blocks at the courts. An advocate provides counsel, helps others navigate the labyrinth of Sigel's legal system. Arranging legacies for citizens to ensure their properties divide as they choose. Actually, I have come to collect the legacy of a young woman. Very well. Yes, here's the legacy. That... my daughter's legacy. How do you know my daughter? Take a couple of approaches here. What should we tell him? I mean, fair enough. Guy wants to know why we know the number to his daughter's will. It's a fair question. Let's be evasive. I don't know. I'm hoping the legacy can answer that. Why would... Who are you, sir, that my daughter would have left a legacy for you? Okay, he's probing. Should we stick to it? Should we take another approach? I mean, this is true. Or be evasive. Or this truth. Or be evasive. As I said, I don't know. Of course, of course.
Updated my journal.
All the articles were accounted for. Here you are. If I may I read them? Ooh, should we let him read them? Should we let him read? Should we decline, or let me read them first, then I'll decide? 2 again, okay. Of course. He wants a yes or a no. He wants a yes or a no. Okay, I'll return after I've read them. Now let's read them. DNR's legacy. My love, you're reading this, the tragedy I've seen has come to pass. Know this, I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. On your haunted journey of my own accord, you did everything in your power to save me. My sight has seen what has come only in staccato segments, but it's enough to know we will be separated for a time, but we shall be reconciled again. Is the guy on fire normal? Define normal. I mean, aren't we all on fire in some way or another? Don't we all carry the fire Zorg within us? Carry my ring with you and these other pieces of me, and think of me. Keep me in your heart, etc., etc. DNR's wedding ring. +1 to all saves, +1 to armor class, 3 armor class versus piercing. Among the many secrets of the Society of Sensation is the ability to shape a particular stone from Elysium dubbed Soul Stone. This is the least cohesive D&D game there is. Yes. Chad, yes. With the ring, you can add a protection from all attacks. Presumably the ring's purpose is to shield the heart from shock and trauma. This extends to physical pain. Huh. Sure. Okay, let's put that on. And then some healing scrolls. That's cool. Let's do some organizing. Alright, well, there's excuse me for asking, are you okay? Anything I could help with? Lost my daughter. The fire doesn't matter. A strange localized fire. I cannot imagine what would have been precious in the documents that were burned, but someone must have wanted them destroyed. What was burned? A number of old legacies. Okay, here's the legacy. Huh.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Well, that's that dealt with. Now the linguist is right here, so let's talk to him. He didn't just try to burn down a tavern, Squid, he tried to burn down an entire ward of the city. And yeah, he was punished by making him into like a living conduit to the plane of fire, but that's secret. That's what he wanted all along. So he was pretty happy with that. Everybody was happy. Dude. Okay, look, help me with this language thing. A long dead one known virtually to no one. My father knew the language and may have been the only man in Sigil that could understand it. Be of no use, but the few actual books he had pertaining to the language disappeared around the time of his murder. Your father was murdered? Strangled. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages. The killer was never found. He knew the language, though. Yes. Guys, remember, we can speak with dead. Is he interred at the mortuary?
Updated my journal.
I know, his ashes are kept here. Why? A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead. Well, he didn't say no. Finn Andal, beloved husband, father, and scholar of 100 languages. The ashes seem to stir as if moved by your breath. Why? Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and gray as the heart of a hag? Alright, questions. Ask so I might return to my most quiet thoughts. Describe the writing in the folding dodecahedron. Yes, I know that tongue. I was a linguist and scholar. I was murdered by a student of mine. Murdered so I could not teach another the language I taught him. The tongue of the Uyo it was, one of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none who spoke it, save myself and that one damnable murderous student. I could teach you this language. It would please me to do so, in fact, if only to spite the bloody-handed student of long ago. As the spirit speaks of the lost language of Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation. Memories of the language. You recall letters, words, phrases. Until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog, the language is once more revealed to you.
Updated my journal.
There is another memory bubbling to the surface. A darker one.
Updated my journal.
At last you recall Finn Andal himself. You remember his gentle voice, his kind manner, his schooling you in the ancient language of the Uyo. You also remember your scarred and gnarled hand wrapped around his frail throat, crushing his larynx and thus ensuring that the secret contents of your journal, hidden and thrice trapped in a dodecahedral puzzle box, and penned in the obscure language of the Uyo, would be forever safe from prying eyes. Should we tell him that it was me? Should we? He's already dead. What's he gonna do? Yeah, it was me.
Updated my journal.
The spirit is silent. But why? And why would you come to me once more? Did you forget? No. Well, yes. It's difficult to explain, but it must have been a former self of mine that murdered you. Each time I die, I reawaken as if from long sleep, but having forgotten everything. I think I understand. Oh, he forgave us, even though he's dead. That's good of him. Alright, let's take another crack at this journal. Unfold.
Updated my journal.
The journal turns out to be a journal, yeah. Alright, one kept by a prior incarnation, and not an altogether sane one. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Whispering shadows. The whispers are not shadows moving, they are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I don't know her, and she torments me. This Dianara's ghost. I swallowed it, hoping I'd catch it in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. Oh yeah, the ring that we got the lady to pull out of her own intestines. That was him that did that. Cat has returned. Paranoid ranting. I've learned my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I can't have it, neither will you. You're responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I've tried to burn them off, failed. I tried to cloak myself, but I feel people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them beneath my heel. Why can't I dream? I used the Goblet of Semmer to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I've never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power and that she will have me, find me. Get away, hag. Stay far away from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Her voice reeked of evil's talons, like spiders. They burrowed into my gray matter, and I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag. She was a myth, a fairy tale who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who's a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They're a hook that can be used to track you across and find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. I went to the festival looking for the path of my false self. So glaring it was, those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. I need to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone. He says never to return. He says lies and tells me that this is what he told me. Lies. He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies. He sat there betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives, will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I, myself, I will die when I die. How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him, so no other incarnation would ever benefit from his uselessness. So the ghastly head said, "You have been divided. You are one of many men. You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life, restless one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. You are silvered glass that is cracked and the pieces shattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that, and your life will be yours again. But there will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Ah, a legacy. And a different code. 51AA. A trap. Set by another of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed. Wonder what's in that one. Yeah, so there are some guesses about how old the Nameless one is, based on some things. He's been around a while. Let's say that. Ballpark, I won't spoil it. I have another legacy to collect. 51 AA. Extremely old. How old is it? Several decades. Oh, it's here. And there we are. A foundry receipt, though quite an old one. Where's the foundry?
Updated my journal.
Foundry is in the lower ward past the Great Gate. Excellent. We have a rock. Stone Gullet of Lefal the Gross. Remind you anyone? Sorcerer apprentice to one of the last seers of Essenon. Despite his skill at the art, his gluttony was the subject of much ridicule. During the last great massing of Essenon, Lefal was invited to dine at the center table, but his peers had filled his wine goblet with an elixir of turning flesh to stone. Lefal consumed such great amounts of food and drink that it diluted the potion's effects. Complaining of a stomach ache, the local healers discovered that Lefal's stomach had turned to stone, yet was still capable of digesting food. Lefal lived the rest of his days happily eating, though his gullet was a few pounds heavier than before. When he finally died, his stomach was removed as an oddity, and since then it has wandered the plains in search of new stomachs. To use the artifact, one must consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread. So doing will turn the eater's stomach into the stone gullet. Devouring the stone gullet will grant the user blessings of stone and rock and slight resistance to stomach acid. +1 save versus poison, 15% resistance to acid. Well, should we eat it? What do you guys think? Kaleidoscope gem. Ooh, invokes chromatic orb. +1 to all saves, +1 save versus spells, 5% resistance to magic. Shimmering Jewel is actually the corpse of a radiant spirit from the upper plane of Elysium. The kaleidoscopic eye can either be wielded in the hand or placed in an empty socket, depending on whether the owner wishes to use it for defense or offense. Alright, so when held, you can use it to invoke Chromatic Orb. When placed in the eye socket, you can use it to get magic resistance. That's pretty cool. How many charges does it have? I have no idea. Wrong item type. No, that's definitely the right item type. What are you talking about, game? +1 to saves is cool, so swap eyes. And the receipt. Redeemable at the foundry. Alright, let's eat the gullet. There we go. Resistance to poison. Hooray. Who needs some items? You can have that. You're probably good. Oh, let's give Mortis' teeth back. Become a magical weapon.
Hey,
Magic teeth. Let's see who would take away his fireball.
Ignis will not part with it.
Fair. Alright. We can get some more tattoos, probably. Replace some of the ones we've got. Alright, so now we got 2 leads. We can do the brothel. We can do the foundry. Foundry or brothel? Brothel or foundry? Let's hit the brothel. Oh yeah, that's right. We can recruit Fall from Grace.
How may I help you?
I have questions. Have you heard of a night hag named Ravel? Familiar with one? Why do you ask? Truly, why? I need information. I suspect only Ravel possesses the knowledge I need.
Updated my journal.
Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. She's said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evil she committed during her stay, her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she exists only as fiction. Imagine Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with.
Updated my journal.
She was sent to a maze.
Updated my journal.
The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of Sigil and make a maze. The piece of Sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There's no escaping being mazed. It can happen any time while walking down a street through a door. Then you are somewhere else. It is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left to torture the prisoner. Perhaps it is both. Grey Waste, a blighted plane that lies between Baator and the Abyss. Frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Someone in the Fest Hall may know more. Okay.
Updated my journal.
You're not human, are you? She's one of the fiends. The Lesser Tenari, specifically a succubus.
Updated my journal.
She's a good succubus. Wanna join me? Say she'll become. Oh, Anna doesn't like her. Bar that fiendling. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. I'd rather be honest. You seem extremely pleasant, well versed in the waste of the plains. A companion with that kind of knowledge will be welcome. I'm the one well versed in the plains. That's my job, Chief. Having 2 people knowledgeable about the plains seems pretty smart to me. Besides, I said pleasant, Mort. Pleasant in the eyes, maybe. Looks to me all some chit has to do is show a little skin. You'll sign her right up. Not that I mind, really. Just thought I'd mention it. Noted, Mort. Why should I travel with you? I intend to travel to places no one else has ever been to or could reach. Would that interest you? Yet. Surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. I think you'd be surprised. Okay. More compelling reason. I came looking for help. I've lost my memories. Tell her the story. tell her the whole immortality thing. You want to look at the scars? Sure. The scars look as if they take several lifetimes to accumulate, though some are more recent. Some of these ones will be fatal. I intend... Okay, so we can answer in a couple of ways. I intend to get my memories back, scour the plains, and I can piece together who I am. Don't really know, just searching for clues. I like this one. I intend to get my memories back in my life. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Yeah, we're going to seek answers. Never met a man who had lost himself in the literal sense. Your condition is intriguing. Intriguing? Frightening is more like it. I don't like not knowing who I am, what I may have done, and who my enemies are, and who are my friends. Apology accepted. Okay. So
Updated my journal.
Maybe now we can get her to come with me. Okay, that worked. That worked. You wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who's searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would. Okay, there we go. We've got her. There's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I'd like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Okay.
Updated my journal.
Let's speak with the 10 students. Mort, yeah, of course Mort likes her. Vivian. Hello. How you doing? My name is Vivian. I presume I'm being summoned. Don't mind questions. What is that file? Perfume. Oh. No way compares to my personal scent. The particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. I hope that someone did not take it by accident. You never know with the ladies around here. How could a scent go wandering? I had meant to infer it had been taken. How would you know it if you found it? You know it by the smell. Alright, let's find the missing smell. Oh, now in possession.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking and idjit stick. You are too kind. Laura. Your eyes are the color of brushed steel. Dark-haired, pale-skinned. Hello. Soft, calm with an inflection has a faraway quality. Greetings. How may you serve me, Delora? I'm able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently. I'm also well versed in games of strategy. Okay, let's debate. Educate. Should you have a matter to discuss? 15 factions, the most effective battle stratagems, the meaning of existence. I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in a debate. Alright, let's debate. We debate. As the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine the other's position. Yeah, that's how you debate. Memory. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind. A vast place of well-dressed elites, a formal ball taking place. Before you is a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. The two of you stood in a circle of onlookers who gathered to listen to your debate. But that's impossible, the man was saying. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I've made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, I'd... Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of light or puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers oohed and awed. Some clapped. He remembered giving a flourishing bow and walking away. just memed a man out of existence. Let's continue. Laura is extremely hard pressed to beat you. She eventually prevails. Your infallible sense of logic at last wins out over even your most brilliant arguments. Huh. Alright. If you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I could argue your position. Huh. Are you always so ruthless? Mistress Grace instructed me to show no mercy, for none of her students always allowed a patron to win after a lengthy debate. Let's play a game. I don't remember any. I'm going to show you one. A number of polished stone chips, half of them black, half of them white. Oh, we're going to play checkers. Or, what's the other one? Yep. The rules are simple, but the great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. You come to realize you've played before. You recall various ploys and strategies. A memory. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind atop a great hill overlooking the fighting. You sat, mounted upon a massive four-legged beast. Even as you watched, your forces divided, fleeing left and right as if the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord. You, the fools, you thought. My knights shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant. And at the very moment my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks, another victory will be mine. Dolores seems to counteract all but your most crafty moves one after another. Despite your best efforts, you at last fall beneath her well-calculated strategies. Okay. Similar answer. Mistress Grace instructed me to hold nothing back, for another student plays so her opponent will always just manage a win. Grace's desire I provide a different sort of experience, a true challenge, rather than something that might be more pleasing to one's ego. Okay. I'm willing to serve you as patron, but I have no wish to answer other questions. Oh, what's wrong?
Updated my journal.
My troubles are a matter of the heart. There's nothing I can do. My first love, Merriman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. Well, why don't you seek him out? I may not leave this place. The reasons why are deeply personal and not to be shared with strangers. Suffice to say, I cannot seek out Merriman myself. Okay, well, then I'll ask him.
Updated my journal.
Oh, yeah, Merriman, that's right. Yeah, that's how we do that. Alright, let's do one more. Some yelling over there. Yes, the tail chaser. Hello. I'm Vess, the tail chaser. Oh, what a coincidence. I too chase tails. What's your deal? Why are you called the tail chaser? Wait, is your mother Yavanna? Yes, but she and I no longer speak. I shall speak no more of her. Okay. Why are you called the tail chaser? A girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle what would give her purpose. The oracle was not evil, but it was vague, intended toward drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story she would hear in her lifetime was the truth she had sought. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken one. Okay. Well, she sounds like someone to ask about Ravel Puzzlewell, don't you think? The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins with a question. Begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victim's. To recount their various torments would be to speak, she said the name, would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained the question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigil itself, excuse me. If you say Sigil, you'll get fucking murdered. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there's no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone.
Updated my journal.
There's more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel.
Updated my journal.
Echo, I once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that if spoken would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. Ask Delora, though. I understand she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. Let's trade tales. Get XP by trading tales. There's one in particular, though, that I want. Mort, do you have a story to trade? Me? I had to tell a story. Just tell a story, Mort. Fine. An elderly man was sitting alone on a dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he'd forgotten both where he was traveling to and who he was. He'd sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned, with a cackle spoke. Now your third wish, what will it be? Third wish? How could it be a third wish if I hadn't had the first and second? You've had 2 wishes already, the hag said, but your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you'd made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing, because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes. So it is you have 1 wish left. Is this sounding familiar, guys? Alright, I don't believe this. There's no harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am. Funny, said the old woman as she granted his wish and disappeared forever. That was your first wish. It's an interesting coincidence, isn't it, guys? Do you remember the painting of the hag? The memory for the painting? The night hag looming over you saying that was your first wish? Quite coincidental, isn't it? I wonder if Mort knows more than he's letting on. Kinda makes you think, doesn't it? A fiend sometimes wandered the wilderness of a certain prime world in the guise of a friendly old man. He came upon some hunters in the woods. What are you doing? The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. I'd never been on a hunt before. The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where deer were grazing. The hunters carried crossbows but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. They're unarmed. We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. After all, where's the sport in that? The fiend nodded at this, and promptly gated in 3 of his fellows. The hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. One more tale to share. Dakon. I shall impart the tale of Akali drowning. Dakon tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzerai who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. A single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them to a small environment. However, Akali asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her Isle of Matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Akali drowning. Let me share with you another version of your tale. Dakon looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. Yves goes on to tell a different version of Dakon's tale in which Akali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shractalor for her constant, useless prattling. One day she encountered a Slotty on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter which even the ravenous Slotty found difficult to break down. Hungrily, it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Slotty's answers, her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of Limbo. Alright, you can farm XP by sharing tales with her, but we're not going to do that now. Let's go find this Echo girl. Oh no, Dolores speaks of Echo, talks with Echo. Oh, no, we gotta fix that first. Let's find Echo. There she is. nods and smiles. Is your name Echo?
Updated my journal.
She nods. Why can't you speak? She sighs. Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Her eyes widen in surprise, then she gives you a beaming smile, rolling her eyes and shaking her head. Alright, let me ask you something else. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? She nods.
Updated my journal.
She simply looks at you. Okay. Well, let's go deal with Dolores' problem, and then maybe she'll tell us how we can get Echo to talk. Ironic name, isn't it? Echo, for the girl who can't speak. Yeah, a lot of talking in this game. Not a whole lot of fighting. That's fine. Alright, Merriman was back here somewhere. There he is. Delora wanted me to speak to you. She says you're her first love, and so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. I told you that, I'm surprised. I was leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage, too, but I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, I won't just give you the keys to her. To you? Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? That they are. Delora's a construct, didn't you know? She's a creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics, one of my finest creations, but cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would develop her personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. I'll just get back. Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. Touché. Well, have you ever thought of doing audiobook narration? Actually, I did for a Christmas not too many years ago. I did a reading of The Cremation of Sam McGee on what was at the time the Delta Green podcast that I produced and edited, The Green Box, which you can look up on 9mm Retirement on Twitter. That's Niner Mike Retirement. Go check it out. Pretty cool. There's a whole SoundCloud archive. We did like 100 and some odd episodes. Have I thought of doing audiobook narration? Yeah. Could be a fun thing. I want to do something else in the same vein as that reading of Sam McGee. Maybe like The Raven or something. Raven's good. It's going to be a good Halloween thing. Alright, so what do you want, nerd? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. Yeah, that was me, Gramos. That was me. You want to know something funny? Back when Deputy was a mod, he did my interview for the Black Pants Legion, and he, at the time, had been listening to the Green Box, and I didn't know that until afterward. And I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm into this Delta Green thing, and I do a podcast." He's like, "Yeah, I know, I recognized you." I was like, "You motherfucker." Anyway, little time left to live. I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. You know, actually, on the subject, my buddy Frank, who was in chat a little while ago, I don't know if he's still here. Are you still here, Frank? Maybe he's not. Frank and another guy I know, David Tormson, they do a podcast called 33.3 FM, which is about Unknown Armies, which is pretty cool. You guys should go check that out. They're good guys. They talk about some cool stuff. 33.3 is kind of diegetic, like it's a sort of a somewhat in-universe podcast. It's really cool. There you go. There's Frank. My good friend Frank Thompson. Drop a link, Frank, if you want. Anyway, yeah, just reminded me of that. Alright, so Merriman here. He wants to forget things. You know what happens? What happens then? Oh, you gave the man his pants. There you go, Frank. You got pants now. Alright, so just wallop you in the back of the head or what?
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. I need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draft? Right, whatever. Oh, the river Styx. Hey, do you guys remember those birds? Do you remember those birds? The frozen birds? Let's go grab the frozen birds. Yeah, the ice thing. Yeah, let's see if we can get that without, you know, the hand coming off. Frozen birds. Here they are. Alright, let's catch one in the ale mug. You dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Hey! Perfect. What's in there? Oh yeah, the apothecary. We'll go there later. There it is. There's the link. Unknown Armies is a pretty cool game, where the premise of like the Lovecraftian mythos is that the universe is terrifying because mankind doesn't matter. Like, you know, we're a speck of dust in a great uncaring cosmos. The premise of Unknown Armies is the universe is terrifying because human beings are the only thing that matters. That's why things are scary. That's the horror. The horror is that we are all that matters. We're it. Alright, take this mug. It holds a dark bird of acanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. It melts, leaving him a somewhat startled expression.
Updated my journal.
Merriman looks at you confused, then at the paper in his hands. He reads aloud, "Congratulations, Merriman, you've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information." Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. Alright. Dolores keys. Alright, we got the keys to her heart, literally. Because she's a robot. You know, Frank, you call it Unknown Armies, yet you seem to know quite a bit about it. How do you explain that? Here are the keys.
Updated my journal.
Okay. These will be of great use. Okay, I have questions. What can you tell me about Echo?
Updated my journal.
The voice was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramisha. Paramisha, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it in a crystal vial, and hurled it into a Magogalam Draga's maw. Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate. I know this because I spoke to Paramisha's paramour myself.
I feel stronger.
Hey, level up! Intelligence. That's a good one to have. For a wizard. Dakon leveled up too. We should revisit Dakon and the what do you call it? The Unbroken Circle of Zerthamon. We should revisit that again sometime. Okay, that's a cool little side quest. In fact, let's see if he can learn. No. My source is I made it the fuck up. Boom. Okay. Why can't you communicate? Was your voice stolen?
Updated my journal.
Do you know of any way to get your voice back? Okay, I'll try and find a way to return your voice.
Updated my journal.
I have this fiend's tongue. She raises her eyebrow. Look, I'm told that should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She picks out the severed tongue or the briny solution, places it into her mouth, and there's a burst of reddish light from between her lips. You okay? I can speak again. Oh, joy! I damn thee to the darkest pits, thou stench-ridden worm. Kneel before me in supplication, insect. Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Must be the fiend's tongue.
Updated my journal.
It seems I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my battle thrall till the red plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine. My echo shuts her mouth again and begins to weep. Okay, try using these Davis tears. They should soothe the tongue's cursing.
Updated my journal.
She nods, takes the vial, places a few drops on her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, I can speak in my own voice once more. Hooray.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
That's pretty good. No thief skills. Okay, we were gonna ask her about something. Oh yeah, Ravel. Oh, not only does she exist, she has children. Now what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here. Kessie Saris. She's a child of Ravel, though she's loath to accept that fact. Who could blame her? I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am sure it is true. Vivian said.
Updated my journal.
No idea. Have you spoken to Nenny? Subject behavior, static. Modrons! Hello, Modron. Come on, Chief. We're in a building full of some of the sexiest chits this side of the multiverse. You're stopping to talk to Modrons? My apologies, Mort, but I'm talking to the Modron. Fine, whatever. Don't say I didn't warn you. But we won't get anywhere with them, though, Chief. They're an odd lot to talk to. Our greeting is returned. Click. Identify yourself to us. I'm a Don. We would identify ourselves as Modron's quadrone-type winged variant to the subject Adon. The subject is free to ask a question. What are you doing? What are Modrons doing here? Our purpose is observation. Observing the staff. Oh, they're observing Delora because she's a yeah, it's Delora because she's a construct. They haven't been told. We have not been informed as to the specific purpose or purposes which resulted in our being given our present task. Fair enough. Alright, let's see if we can find Kessie Saris. Oh, there she is. Hello? Hello. Lord. What do you usually do for patrons? Talk about dreams. I don't have dreams. Even Fiends and Davis dream, are you certain? No, no dreams at all. Killer. Do you know anything? Are you Revel's daughter? Where'd you hear such a thing, Echo?
Updated my journal.
I think I know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering about it. Well, who is your mother? I don't know, alright? My father raised me. I never knew her. But I do. Do I look like a night hag? Well, I mean, there's the skin and the eyes and maybe the teeth. Oh, that was not the right thing to say. Okay, let's try that again. Yep. Who is your mother? No, of course not. Of course you look at it. No, she's still not. Okay. Questions. Do you know anything about Rabble? No, nothing? Okay. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Eat it. Ignore. What about this place? A school for women who are thinking of becoming sensates. Grace teaches us the ways of language so we better identify with ourselves and those around us. Alright, well, why don't we stop there for the week? We will resume with the search for Vivian's scent and possibly for Ravel's daughter next week. Until then, thanks for hanging out, guys. Remember to update your journals, and see you guys next time. Possibly on Saturday if Zin and I can get this Shadows of Doubt thing up and running. That would be cool. What I had in mind was, what I pitched this in was he plays Shadows of Doubt. That's the new like procedural noir detective game, and then I do like narration, like Tracer Bullet style narration. It'd be great. Right, Zin? Oh, there you are. There's Zin. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that happens. All right. Have a good night, guys.